powerless, yo. I have said this before. Whether Democrat or Republican up there, we get nothing. But in the year 2025, look at what's happening around us. Okay? Donald Trump is attacking with his cronies. I think it's his cronies. He ain't that bright. So Donald Trump is attacking all of the safeguards that were put in place of what the civil rights movement has produced. Okay? Under the auspices, everything is equal now. So I am telling you folks, okay? I am telling you, if you're black and you could legally buy a weapon in this country, you see, I never had a weapon in my house because of young children. I am thinking that over. If you could own a weapon in this country, do it. Do it. Okay? This guy, he has literally declared war on black and brown people in this country. Literally. I am telling you this because of the immigration issue. So, somebody comes to this country, commit crimes, by all means, deport them. But this immigration issue had lingered so much is that it's a political football. So now Donald Trump is rounding up immigrants and deporting them. Guess what, folks? Those immigrants has been intertwined in our economy. So I heard some of these black idiots talking about, oh, they're taking our jobs. What jobs are they taking, sir? You have to make them first. You can't sit back with your hand out and talking about people taking your jobs. You need to prop up your own communities. You need to do things to provide for your communities. You can't depend on other people. That's their businesses. They hire who they want. I wish we get that into our thick black skulls. But anyhow, we have been here before. So California is reporting 75% down as far as labor in the fields. None of you bastards are volunteering to go out there sun up, sundown to pick anything. Okay? You line up sun up to sundown for a freaking iPhone. But none of you are volunteering to do it. It's not just farm workers. You got meat packing houses and all of these things that hire these people. Jobs that are dangerous and low paying. We don't do it. So as an economy, we're going to suffer. Okay? We're going to suffer. So guess who fulfills that ranks? Who is going to fill those ranks? The prisoners. Been there, done that. Remember after emancipation, what happened? The black people walked off of the farms. The ones who didn't have a fair deal walked off of the farms, which was 99.9%. You know what they concocted? They go around and scoop up black people, black men especially, for all erroneous charges, put them in the prison system, and then have forced labor put upon them. It's coming back, folks. It's a win-win-win for the establishment because they even have for-profit prisons now. I am telling you people, you're playing with fire, especially you so-called black Republicans. You are messing around with white nationalists, racists, talking about shit's equal now. I warned you about that sister who is the head of the DOJ, the head of the Civil Rights Department. Her department was doing wonderful work. Looking and see the abuse coming from all these police departments, the killings, the jailings, the beatings, the tickets, everything that these policemen were doing was surrounding black and brown people. The constant harassment, the constant killings, the constant unnecessary arrests. So she were bringing them into compliance. And I warned you. Soon as Trump and his freaking cronies got up there, I was reading, oh, the DOJ put all civil rights cases and everything else on temporary hold. So they're not prosecuting the cases that are there, and no new cases could be filed. How in God's name? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. You who are black Republicans, Asian Republicans, and all the other cans. Now, the Hispanic community, we want Trump. We want Trump. Okay, Trump and his goon squads are taking Abuela, Tito, and giving them a plane ride. You guys are having buyer's remorse now. What you think what's going to happen? What you think was going to happen? Happily ever after, like some damn fairy tale? I don't feel sorry for you. But I know what the United States have done to Latin America. Everywhere we go, we create refugees. These people deserve to be here because we destroy their countries. But you dumbass people who go to high schools here, you would know that. Remember the Iran-Contra scandal? From Guatemala, El Salvador, they even assassinated a democratically elected president in Chile. Installed Pinochet, the dictator. Manuel Noriega. All of a sudden, Noriega is the biggest drug dealer in the world. Go to Panama, drop bombs on some of the poorest neighborhoods, leave the rich ones untouched. Our military has destroyed Latin America. These people are looking for a better life. Who else to turn to? We're the ones who drop bombs on the country and upset their governments. I don't have a problem with these people walking across the border. We walk across their border uninvited too and destroy their governments. Now, as far as the ones who come here and become criminals, well, you made your bed, you lie in it. But to criminalize all these people, that's foolishness. We go to Afghanistan, we create refugees. We go to Iraq, we create refugees. We went to Vietnam, and we create refugees all over. We're at war with Vietnam, but we drop bombs on Laos and Cambodia. Some of these people, their children's legs have been blown off or killed with the bombs still lying there in the ground. Everywhere we go, we create refugees. Listen, we got pain to come. I told you Donald Trump is the Lord of Chaos. Okay? I have no idea how he could fire inspector generals. Okay? We just have one of those inspector generals halted what the DEA was doing at the airports and everywhere else, stealing people's money. So you mean, as soon as Trump comes back into power, they're allowed to steal people's money again. Talking about civil forfeiture. Civil forfeiture is for racketeering. So every freaking citizen in this country who decides to travel legally, domestically, with money are racketeers. They're criminals. They're fraudsters. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have to worry about the communists. We don't have to worry about Russia and China. We're going to implode. You see what Russia and China is doing? This is what the United States should have done, or the westernized world. No, you got France having satellite countries paying tribute to their white masters to the tune of $500 freaking billion, so the Parisians could live in comfort while these countries are living in squalor. Africa don't need handouts. Africa need investments. Of course, I don't trust the communists, but look at what the West did, peddling their bullshit Jesus and capitalism. Look at the brutality. Look at the abuse. How could I talk bad about the communists going in there? Yes, they want something, but as long as those people get a higher standard of living, who cares? The West didn't offer it to them. It's the same thing here in America. We are 13% of this population, and look at how much politics we dominate. Look at how much airspace we dominate. 13% with no freaking power. We have nothing else to be dispossessed of. Nothing. Yet, a good 30-40% of our politics is geared around black people, especially about in the Republican realm. Folks, I am telling you this, man. I am telling this. Nobody is our friend. Okay? That is in the book. No one's going to bond us out of this. You guys sit up there and figure out, talk all this foolishness and follow those baby killers in that land called Israel and talking about they're the chosen one. Yeah, right. None of those people been slaves. The book don't point to them. The Elohim hasn't gathered his people yet. That unholy gathering there is of the devil. They walk in there and just eradicate those people. In Ezekiel, it says those people, the strangers, have to have an inheritance. So you took all of this time to come up with an agreement to release the hostages. As soon as the hostages get released, you go into the West Bank and start murdering more Palestinians to upset the fragile pre-ceasefire that you agreed upon. You decide to go in the West Bank and continue murdering those people. Listen, I don't know what's wrong with you people, but the book says it's going to get worse. So it said the love of man is going to wax cold. Ladies and gentlemen, when it gets colder, who is going to be on the front line? Our butts are always on the front line. They always want us to rescue this depraved society. Believe it or not, we are some of the most loving people in this world. Okay? Some of the most loving people I read stories. Slave master would beat the crap out of his female slave. And this slave woman would have the left breast nursing the master's child and the right for hers. If that's not love, I don't know what it is. This is the reason why we could be the way we are. Suppose we had the same mentality as the Palestinians. You see, the Palestinians don't want to be treated that way. They don't want no peace first. They want equal rights and justice. Then we could pursue peace by all means. This is the difference in the United States with us black people. We settle for peace, and we constantly chasing equal rights and justice. Every time we think we're there, the goalpost is moved. That's an oxymoron. If you get peace without equal rights and justice, you're a free slave, folks. It's an oxymoron. We are free slaves. We have no power. And we continually keep complaining and marching instead of we march our asses to these lending institutions. Look at P. Diddy. Look at Bill Cosby. Look at all these people. The R. Kellys. People with access to billions of dollars. Why is P. Diddy throwing parties instead of going to the feds and say, hey man, I need to start a bank. Give me those zero interest loans that you give to these other lending institutions so I could help my people. We are sick people. That's why we are always going to be bottom feeders. Yeah, the curses are upon us, but that doesn't mean that we can't self-rescue, man. It's a general curse, but we need self-rescue. Donald Trump is not going to rescue us. That is the mentality that was put in these people's brains. It's like Egypt. The Elohim's hardened the Egyptians, so the punishment's going to be worse. This is what these white leadership, this is what happened to them. Their hearts have been hardened. They just don't know they're plotting their own destruction. But we constantly are looking for them to help us. It's not going to happen. We got to help ourselves. Do you know how banks work? That's our money JP Morgan has. 0% interest loans. We have zero access to that. Look at the decrepit learning institutions. No car dealerships. No nothing of worth we have power over.